Today I'm going to be breaking down the business model of a mobile barbershop right here behind me, and we're actually going to go meet Uzi in a minute, who is the mobile barber. He just built that entire van out, and we're going to break it down, figure out how much he spent building the van out, and also how his best month is over $20,000. So if you've ever thought about being a mobile barber, definitely stay to the end of the video. All right, Uzi, talk to me a little bit about the van that you have here.
Well, what you see here, it's a project that, it still has some work to do, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome of it. What you see here is just a transformation of a regular bus. We turn into like a barbershop on wheels.
You said it was like an Airbnb. They were using it for Airbnb in the past?
So it was a high-end Airbnb company that will pick up their customers from the airport.
Wow.
And when I got introduced to the guy that was selling it, I was like, well, that's pretty cool, but wait until you see what I'm about to do with this.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And how did you find the guy? Like, how did you know he was selling the van?
OfferUp.
OfferUp, really?
Yeah, I was looking for, a bus or probably like a trailer or something to like make this into reality, yeah.
Wow. All right, Uzi, if I'm allowed to, how much did you pay for the van?
So I paid $24,000.
I can't wait to go tour the inside of the van.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out, bro.
Come check it out.
All right. Dang.
Yeah.
You got the setup in here. Where'd you get the inspiration? I mean, you went all out on this thing.
Yeah, so my idea was to like keep it like a lounge, like where people can come in and feel comfortable, like if they go to like a cigar lounge or whatever. But I didn't want to just keep it as basic as that. So that's where all the colors came in, and plus my design, on my logo, all the colors were all over the place. So I had to do something crazy with the floor and kind of like throw up people like, oh, we're classy out here, but if you look down, it's just the galaxy down
Sure.
there. Yeah.
So you got the wallpaper obviously on the walls. You did like all the accents. This is what they put like in the garages now, right?
Yeah.
Like with the exotic cars and everything.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do something within the feels of like a man, like, I feel comfortable in here.
And now I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'10", but I feel like I got a lot of room in here.
Big Ray, he fits in here a little bit.
Really?
Tucked in,
He's got
but
tucked down a little bit.
Yeah, but he fits in here, yeah.
So talk to me about all the equipment that you have here. So you got the barber chairs, the centerpiece of the van.
Yeah.
Right? And what is this, just like a regular barber chair?
Yeah, it pumps up and down. I just had to drill it in. That way, if I break, it doesn't go out through the window.
For sure. If somebody slams on their brakes, it's not gonna hit you in the back of your head, right?
Yeah, a lot of these things are bolt in because things go flying.
Sure. Okay, give me a tour of everything you got back here.
So I got my toolbox. I put everything in there and then just lock it down because I can't really have things outside.
So talk to me about like power, right? So just for anybody watching who, maybe like, dude, somebody might be living in Atlanta right now or some other state, and they're like, Uzi, that is a sick idea. Like, I want to start a mobile barbershop, which, by the way, dude, I think you're literally the first mobile barber I think I've ever seen in like an actual van. I've seen people that like will come to your office and they'll bring their equipment or whatever, but like not like that. Have you ever seen it before?
I've seen a couple guys that are doing it. My idea was always there to do something like that as well, but I had to do it over war because of the people that I service.
Yeah, for sure.
So the setup, I have 4 batteries. I have 3 here and the one for the bus. I have a big alternator that regulates all the power that distributes to the batteries, and also to 2 inverters.
Okay.
So I have this inverter here that takes care of all my tools. That way I don't have no. Oh, that's just for my blow dryer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dude, this is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the inverter takes care of all the tools.
Yeah. So that one.
Razor, blow dryer.
And then I have another one in there. There's the lights, the fridge.
Okay.
The sound system.
Got it. And then what do you have in the fridge?
I have a bunch of.
Just drinks.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, cool. So you like people can drink a drink while they're getting their haircut. They can hang out.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I usually have a tub of candy over there too.
You got all your razors. You got all the equipment, all the tools. All right. So talk to me about the build out of the van. Did you do everything yourself, or did you contract it out? Like, how did you build all this?
So, like I was telling you guys, like I have a barbershop that I'm busy day in, day out. Like if I will open till 10, I'll be busy till 10. So I couldn't stop one thing from doing another. So Luckily, I have a guy that works in my property, my Airbnb and my rental. He takes care of all that stuff. So I came to him and I was like, look, man, I would like to get these things insulated
Yeah.
because the summertime is around the corner. My clientele is expanding, and I have to prepare for the rainy days. You know, one thing lead to another. Next thing you know, we were gonna leave the windows, just tint them out with like ceramic.
Uh-huh.
We tried it, it didn't work out.
Yeah. Too hot?
Too hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're not double glass, so it was just too hot.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, we got the windows out. We insulated the whole thing from top to bottom. But everything's pretty much insulated other than the windows in the front. But those are ceramic tint. It works pretty good for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Well, you ready to give me a haircut or what?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's rock and roll. So how long you been a barber, bro?
I've been a barber for 12 years, man.
12 years.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. What made you initially want to get into being a barber?
So my brothers and I will get haircuts by this barber. He was a good barber, but he had, up and downs.
Mm-hmm.
Some good days were good days, and bad days were definitely bad days, especially to his customers. At that time, our income was pretty low, so like once a month. So we would look forward to get the haircut, and at the end of the day, it was not the haircut that we wanted.
Mm.
So I asked him like, what kind of clippers do you have and everything like that, and I ended up buying some like similar ones from Walmart. One thing leads to another. It got really easy for me, and the next thing you know, I'm cutting hair full time.
Dude, that's so cool, bro. I hope you're enjoying the business tour so far. Really quick, if you wouldn't mind, if you know of a business that you think would be a really cool tour, or if you own a business that you would like to get featured, all you have to do is text 480-418-5339, the word business. Okay, again, 480-418-5339, the word business, and we'll see if you qualify or if the business qualifies for us to go ahead and tour it. Now let's just go ahead and get back to the tour. And then why did you initially want to do the mobile?
My customers were spending a lot of time on the road.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes like they were late, and I couldn't really get mad at them because like they're driving like 45 minutes each way or sometimes an hour, and for me to get mad at them, it wasn't fair, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Plus it was still like a lot of up and downs of are they gonna shop on time or they're not, are they ever gonna make it, and they still need a haircut at the end of the day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I gotta come up with something. They offered me to cut at their office, and I was like, I don't know about that. You know, I have a weird way of doing things, so I couldn't go with that route. And I just started looking for a bus and ended up doing it.
Dude, that's so cool, bro. In a realistic world, like how much money could they make in a month if they were really hustling and they were a good barber? Like they were really good at what they did. I mean, you think somebody could make 15, 20 grand a month?
Most definitely. So what I used to have a landscaping company. I was making $200 an hour.
Yep.
When I transferred into doing haircutting, like barbering, I went from making $200 an hour to $200 a week.
Wow.
At the time, it didn't have to make sense to anybody else other than myself, right? Because I was the one dealing with it. Fast forward, last year I got a coach, Justin Settle.
Yep.
He, mentorship of month after month, and he got me to break records. My biggest month so far has been 20,000.
Wow.
And
congratulations.
And that's just from cutting hair.
Yeah.
Out of my little studio and doing this like one day out a week.
And so talk to me about pricing a little bit, right? Like, obviously you built all this out, you got quite a bit of money in the build out of the mobile barber van, right?
Yeah.
So like, what are you thinking, long term in terms of pricing? Like, obviously you have to charge a little bit more, right?
Yes. So I don't put the price. Majority of my customers, they have pay me a certain amount, and I go by that amount. Kind of like I don't want to be disrespectful to them believing in me and telling me like this is where you should be charging, and I go turn around and charge half of that or 75% off or like 20 even 10% off. I can't do it because of what these people already invested in me.
Yeah, 100%. So it's probably more ideal when you do like a whole company, right? Like kind of like like today you're gonna cut the hair of a bunch of my sales guys, and that is probably like the most ideal for you, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're not just doing like one. You're not driving all the way across town to do one haircut.
Exactly.
You're doing 5, 10 haircuts. How many haircuts can you do in a day?
At a shop, I can possibly do 20 haircuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the most amount of haircuts you've done in one day out of the van?
The day that I started my route with Andy, I did about 15 haircuts.
Dang.
But I was there from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. One after another, like they had them lined up, and that's how I was able to get in there, you know, like
Yeah.
take care of everybody. Andy took care of everybody, and we made it happen.
I would imagine that your average like customer is probably like an entrepreneur, or they're like a business owner. Their time is money, right?
Yep.
So you're not. I can't imagine you're just cutting, you know, like random people's hair. Like it's got to be a lot more like not like high net worth, but like kind of right.
Yeah, well, I don't discriminate. If they
Yeah,
want my
yeah.
service, like I'm there, you know.
Yep.
Like yesterday, my last customer was a 3-year-old that I usually cut at my shop, but due to me being at Andy's place, I told him, look,
Mhm.
I'm mobile today. So, but if you want me to, I can go to you. And the 3-year-old got a haircut in here. And I got other kids that get their haircut in here.
I love that. I bet you they love it.
Oh, they love it,
Can you
yeah.
imagine being a little kid and like getting into a van and getting your haircut? That'd be cool, dude.
Yeah, the experience is definitely there. And, like build memories, like the dad loves it because, like, that's the only time that he gets to really spend with his kids, you know?
Yeah.
Because, high end, like, people that are, like, on the go all the time, it's hard to find time to do certain things like this.
100%, dude. Like even for me, like it's way more convenient to have you come to my office than for me just to walk outside and get my hair cut and then walk back in and like keep working, you know?
Like nothing ever happened.
Like literally nothing ever happened. So obviously you still have your actual brick and mortar barbershop, right?
Yes.
And you own that barbershop? Like it's your barbershop?
It's a studio. So I run a barbershop for 4 years,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't want to find myself in those shoes
Yeah.
because I know what it goes into it. Like you gotta be there for the customers. There's no holidays. I'm a father of 4 daughters
Mm.
and my wife, and we barely getting our life back because we were pretty much like slaving away. Now my wife is a stay-home mom, and I had to like kind of design my life on around what I'm already good at doing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're able to get her at home with the kids, and now it's time for us to kind of substitute her income, which that's already taken care of, and now I can just go and focus on when are we going to start taking trips because
Yeah.
we haven't really taken any trips. It's just been 8 years of nothing but like put your head down, keep on working.
So this for you is a way for you to escape the trap that you were in before, right? It's a way for you to make enough money to support your family, to take care of your future, right? To actually create financial freedom for yourself.
Yeah, I mean
So cool.
I've done like Airbnbs and
Hmm.
rentals, and that to me is like pennies on the dollar. Like your return that what you invest is not significant. I want to have something that I can just show up, have fun, and turn around and create a good environment for my kids.
For sure.
The first time I charged triple to what I charged on my barbershop was like, what the heck just happened?
It probably felt weird, right?
But it feel uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
I'm charging you this, but like if you don't want to tip, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like like because you're not used to that feeling.
Yeah.
You haven't introduced to that feeling. So the moment that happened, I was like, yo, like this is ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
how can you turn from one extreme to another just by twisting a little things within already things that you're already good at?
Yeah, it's so cool, dude. It's such a great example, like, and there are so many people I think in the world that are undercharging for their product or for their service. And you see it all the time, where it's like raise your price. Like what are you doing? Like people will pay it. If you're phenomenal at what you do, people will pay the price, right? At the end of the day. And it's cool, dude. It's cool to hear that story, man.
But here's one thing that really gets me interested. Like most people, it's like a word and a phrase that goes
Yeah.
around. Like a lot of people say they know their worth, but you don't really have to know your worth
Mm.
because sometimes you cut yourself short. I knew
Yep.
my worth. My worth was like, let's say $50 a haircut.
Yep.
How does it go to triple now?
Right.
Because I stopped listening to my own ego and saying like, this is my worth.
Yep.
I had to reflect myself in my customer's shoes and say, look, Uzi, this is how much you're worth.
Yeah.
Now you just gotta like provide more service to us for us to make this happen week after week after
Yep.
week.
So Uzi, talk to me a little bit about marketing, right, bro? You're obviously really connected. You know Andy Elliott, right? All the big influencers. Arizona, first of all, is like a influencer city, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got a lot of people out here with a big personal brand. But how do you get your name out there, right? Like, obviously, you're driving a mobile van down the road with like a wrap, right? And you got like all your decals on the side of the van. But do you do anything else?
I do word of mouth because it filters every single people that you can think of.
Mm,
If you're a friend of a friend, if you're truly a friend of a friend, you wouldn't let your friend be a
hmm
you know a bad customer. So
Yeah.
that's just my biggest way of taking care of my people, and my people will take care of me in a way of it always comes around where oh they refer a friend and they already know like they have to refer me a good friend because they don't want to look like oh you recommend me that guy
Yeah, for sure. Word of mouth is the best way to market in any company, right? Like getting a customer to talk about your product or service is the best possible thing that you can do at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
How many good barbers do you actually think there are out there, right? Like I've been to a lot of barbers, but like, like I do real estate, right? And people are always like, "Oh, it's saturated, like there's too many people, like blah blah blah," like do you ever hear that in barbering?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of barbers, that's for sure. But one thing that will separate every barber from a good barber from a bad barber would be how good of a barber that is to the customer.
Mm,
Most people sit there and try to go back and forth with the whole argument of, oh, I'm a better barber than you. Like, well, show me the numbers, right?
yeah.
Everything comes down to the numbers. Like, if you have X amount of customers, and not only like do have those customers, those are return customers, then you're a good barber.
Mm,
Because anybody can cut hair, anybody can pick up a clippers and do what anybody else can do. I mean, with YouTube, it's so easy for anybody to learn anything, right?
yep.
But one thing that they can really teach you is like people skills,
Mm,
how to take care of the customers, how to fulfill that need, how to go above and beyond for the customer.
yep.
Because that's what it comes down to. Most people try to like, oh, I'm gonna go to a seminar, which seminars are cool and all, like they teach you some good stuff, but it's all the relationship you have with the customer.
100%. Yep. You can't teach that, dude.
No,
You got to get practice every single day. Are there people that you won't cut? Like you're just like, nah, I'm not going to cut you?
but here's the thing though, I don't get rid of customers. Customers get rid of themselves.
Mm,
The moment they don't come across and can look at you eye to eye and say like, look, you're my
hmm
dog, like you're my guy.
Yeah.
The moment that's not there, why would be a reason for me to keep you? And what would be the reason for you to keep me?
Right.
Like
Yep. It's
I
just organic.
I could be, if I'm busy, I can be like flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the reason for that? If I don't have a good relationship with my customers, there's no point.
Yep.
I want to keep I work a lot of hours, so for me to keep my balance, my mental health, and be like, look, I'm happy at the end of the day going home. I'm gonna be tired, but I'm happy overall.
Yeah.
My customers will reflect that.
Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll leave all of Uzi's information down in the description below. Definitely hit him up, go check him out. And if you live in Arizona, definitely use him. Also, if you liked the business tour, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and comment down below. Also, let me know if you have any businesses in mind that you would love for me to tour, and I'd be happy to check them out. And we'll see you in the next one.